Hi, Professor. This is Sai Kumar Goganani. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to, explore more about active databases. I am. This is my third semester in SEMO. I have completed my undergrad in Lovely Professional University in India. In this presentation, I'm going to discuss about active databases. I choose this topic for this presentation. This is the overview of active databases. So, in this presentation, I'm going to explain about what is an active database, and key features of databases, and active database and triggers, and different types of triggers that we use for active databases, and design issues related to the active databases, and potential applications of the databases. So, so in this slide, I'm particularly describing about the database. So database, most of the databases that we currently use are passive. By enabling database systems, we use them to launch apps in reaction to event, and we might want to expand the functionality. An active database system is a database system that keeps track of significant occurrence, and when they happen, it takes the proper action in relation to the database. So, production rules are also known as event condition action rules, and are defined in database systems to express desired behavior. So, the key features of active database are like a database that has an active role typically in the form of ECA roles, and this is referred as active database. An active database system is sophisticated role process. It has sophisticated role processing capabilities to typically. So it shows the functionality of database, giving many database systems, applications, and standardized effective approach. And some of the features like the key project managers for each prototype system go into the great depth of their initiatives, and mention their findings that may affect the database systems in the future. In the future, so activate. So I mean. The advanced data active database systems and triggers. An approach for defining certain categories and active rules is called a trigger. For example, for describing active database, there are three parts in the event condition action. The database update process, that is temporal event, and another type of outside event that would be event. Whether if there is a rule action that should be carried out, that depends on the action. The action is series of this action is automatically perform SQL statements, transactions, and third-party program. So different types of triggers that I have seen in active database are row level triggers, and for each row, row level triggers. So row level triggers are optional for each row class, and it is called as row trigger because it is separately triggered for each tuple. The trigger that would be known as the other kind of trigger is statement level trigger. So it is used for each row class when it was not there. So the rule will be triggered for each triggering statement. New and old are the keywords that we mainly use for row level triggers. So in this slide, we're going to discuss about design issues for active databases. So there are two specific problems we have seen in this design issues. The first problem is basically relates to the grouping activation and deactivation rules. So this rule will come active once the active command is used, and the trigger event that won't be triggered by deactivation command, and the rule which we use, it can be removed by using the delete command. So to group rules, we utilize rule set options. A rule set may be triggered by the process command. And the second problem is basically related to triggering the action that ought to be carried out before and concurrently triggering with the event. So the question whether the activity being carried out should be regarded as separate action or separate transaction, that set for the role is connected. Role consideration is another name for the evaluation of role condition. So these are the main design issues for the active databases. And coming to the potential applications of active databases. So the active databases are mostly used in enabling notification for specific occurrences, like for monitoring temperature in an industrial furnace, and to impose integrity limitations by describing kinds of events that might lead to their violation, and automatic upkeep of derived data such as total salary of the employees in a company, like by designing employee schema in a streamlined version. So yeah, these are the some of the potential applications of active databases. Once again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to explore on this topic. Thank you.